for all the hard work that you put in behind the scenes to make this such a great event. So thank you. My relationship with Ron Husband goes back to the early 71, 72, when there were just dirt roads here and a lot of sandstorms in the old days. It was really an interesting time back then. Ron was an outstanding running back for us with that 1971-72 football team. Coach Bill Ireland hired me to work with the running backs and the wide receivers to improve their speed. And Ron reminded me of the high knee drills we used to give him to make him run a little faster and avoid tacklers. So Ron, thanks for reminding me of those days. There was more to Ron than just his athletic abilities. Ron was an outstanding young man in terms of his character, in terms of his passion for the game of football, and also his desire to get better by training hard and that strong work ethic that he had. My things that I remembered about him the most is that when we traveled from game to game, Ron would always find a spot in the back of the bus or on the plane, and he would draw or do sketches. Guess what? He's doing that right now. He's at the table. So right then and there, I looked at some of those sketches and some of the things that Ron did back in those days. I said, this guy's got some talent, and he's going to do some great things in the future, and he has. That's why at this moment I want to go through some of the things that Ron's done. His body of work has been phenomenal. I don't have time to go through all of it, but I want to highlight some of the key things that Ron's done with his career and his body of work. Ron received his Bachelor of Arts degree in 1973 here at UNLV. He joined the Walt Disney Feature Animation in 1975 as an animation trainee and worked for 30 years in that department. He retired after 38 years as a veteran Walt Disney Company as a character artist from the Walt Disney Consumer Production Division. Ron holds the distinction of being the first African-American animator and the first African-American supervising animator for Walt Disney Studios. Ron currently is teaching animation and character design at Laguna College of the Arts and Design in Laguna Beach, California. He has conducted numerous workshops and lectured nationally and internationally. I looked at the list that they had. It's phenomenal how many places he's lectured and put on workshops. Ron has numerous screen credits: The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Atlantis, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, and it goes on and on. Unbelievable how much he's done in the screen industry. He was awarded a Lifetime Achievement Award by the Black Hollywood Education and Resource Center. He authored a book called Quick Sketching with Ron Husband, published it in 2013. In 2016, the book was made available in Japanese and Chinese translations. Ron also illustrated a book entitled Steamboat School that was named to several best of lists. The book has won numerous awards, received the 2017 Jane Addams Children's Book Award, and the artwork was directed by a jury for the original art in 2016. Phenomenal, Ron. Outstanding work you've done over the years. Tremendous body of work. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Ron Husband.
Ron, it gives me such joy and pleasure to induct you into the UNLV College of Fine Arts Hall of Fame. And I want to say that when we met in LA, I like the story about the sketching because we walked into the restaurant and there you were sketching. And I remember you showed us your beautiful work, and I think that you embody someone who, we talked about how our students are going to go out into the world and they have vast possibilities, and they're going to create their own careers, and you've done that, and you're still working and you enjoy so much what you do. Congratulations, we're so proud of you being an alumnus and for being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Coach McDaniel, thank you for those kind words. Really appreciate it. When I first heard the news of my induction, I felt blessed, humble, and honored simultaneously. So I want to begin by saying thank you to Dean Usher for the UNLV College of Fine Arts Committee for recognizing me as one worthy of this honor. God has navigated the people and circumstances in my life to make this night possible, and I want to acknowledge and show appreciation to a few of the many who have contributed to my standing for you this momentous occasion. To my mom, Mamie, now deceased, a single parent who by her example imparted a positive work ethic in me and my three brothers. To my wife, LaVon, my high school sweetheart, who I married 47 years ago while a student on this campus, whose unconditional love and support keeps me standing. To my high school art teacher, Miss Dorothy Clemens, who kicked me out of art class my junior year in the high school years. But before I got the boot, she encouraged me to carry a sketchbook. And following her advice is one of the reasons I'm here tonight. To the late John Allen, known in these parts as Coach I, father of UNLV football, head coach during my time here, and later athletic director, who offered me a scholarship to play football and an opportunity to earn a bachelor's in art. To Rita Abbey, my art instructor here, who took a personal interest in me, and I'm sure in all of her students, and gave me encouragement in my talent in art, direction, and focus. To Nate Hawkins, the Hawk. We share a birthday together, friend, teammate. As a junior, I saw him receive his diploma. His graduation was the fuel that propelled me to graduate, though it demanded 18 years in the fall and 19 years that spring to meet the requirements of my graduation. And years later, did I learn that Wayne Nunley, that I was his inspiration to graduate. And Wayne went on to be the head coach at UNLV and ended his career in the National Football League. And a big thank you to my posse in the audience from Southern California and Texas. Wave your hand, guys. Who flew, rode, hitchhiked here to support me this night. Thank you. My list of thank yous could go on, but I will end it here and express again my gratitude to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas for inducting me into the Fine Arts Hall of Fame. Thank you.
One more time, Mr. Ron.